Hello students, today we are going to start topic sets. So what is set? Set is a collection of well defined objects. Suppose I said to list out the rivers of India. So what you will do? Write down the names of the rivers of India as Ganga. It is rivers of India. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, and so on. You can write it down. So if I'll write it down the name of rivers of India, I write it down this, and if you will write down the rivers of India and your answer and my answer will be same, then it is called well defined objects. And now suppose I am giving you another example. If I said to you write down best writers of world, so best writer, so I said Munshi Premchand, Mahadevi Verma, Chetan Bhagat, etc. I can write so many writers over here, but in my opinion these are the best writers, and in your opinion the writers may be different. So this collection of objects is not called well defined. So if our opinion and your opinion is same, then we said it well defined collection of object. So the opinion of all is same, then we can say it is well defined. Let's take another example. If I said to write down the vowels, so I write it down A, E, I, O, U. My answer and your answer is same. So this collection of objects is same and it is well defined. So the definition of set says collection of well defined objects is called set. Okay, got it everyone? Now in mathematics we have defined different types of sets. So here are the some notations to represent the different types of set. Capital N always represent set of all natural numbers. Capital Z always represent set of all integer numbers. R, capital R represent set of all real numbers. Z plus set of all positive integer. R plus set of all positive real numbers. And Q represent set of all rational number. So here are some notations to represent the different types of set. If I said object, if I said elements, if I said member, these are the synonyms terms. Okay, so don't confuse between elements, objects and members, right everyone? So, and always sets denoted by capital letters and its members denoted by small letters. This representation of a set, and this is the representation of member of set, or we can say object of set, or we can say element of set. We can say A, or we can take any alphabet to represent a set. Now how to represent a set? There are two ways to represent sets. The two methods are, first one is set builder form and second one is roster or tabular form. So how could they? In roster form we have to put the elements separated by commas and put all the elements in curly bracket, then this type of representation of set is called roster or tabular form. Now second one is set builder form. We know all the elements of set possesses a single common property and which is not possessed by all the elements outside the sets. So if I write it down, set of vowels, then how could we write? Suppose X is an element such that X is a vowel in English alphabet. So this is the way to represent a set in a set builder form, and in this way we can represent a set in a tabular or roster form. So if I write it down this in a set builder form, see how it could be. Just change the name of this as B. So B in a tabular form is A, E, I, O, U. So this form is called roster form or tabular form. You can see we can represent a set by any method, by set builder form or a roster form. So this set we can also represent by a set builder form. So how could we represent it in a set builder form? See, A X such that X is a natural number less than 4. So this is set builder form. So every set can be represented either by the set builder form or either by the roster form. Now we have to learn a Greek letter epsilon. Epsilon has been written down C and a line. This sign is a sign of epsilon and it represents belongs to. It is used for belongs to. Suppose A is the element of set A, then we can write symbolically as A belongs to A. Read it at A belongs to set A. Or if A is not the element of set A, if B is not the element of set A, then we have to write it down as A does not belongs to set A. So these are the representation of the elements belongs to set A or does not belong to set A. So we have to learn this symbol epsilon says belongs to. Got it, everyone? Now we have to learn different types of sets. First is empty set. A set which has no element is called empty set and represented it by a letter, Greek letter phi. We have to read it as phi, or we can also represent an empty set by a curly bracket, but we have not to write any letter in it. So it represents empty set. Second one is finite set. If a set has definite number of elements, then the set is called finite set. let A as a set having the element 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we know in this set only 4 elements are there. So this set A is called finite set. Next one is infinite set. A set in which no definite number of element, then the given set is called infinite set. Let's take an example. B as a set having the element so we don't know how many elements are there. So this type of sets are called infinite sets. Equal set. If two sets having the same element, exactly same element, then two sets are called equal set. Suppose a set A have the element 1, 2, 3 and set B have the element 3, 2, 1. So you can see except the order of the element they are same. So we can say set A is equal to B. Yes, got it everyone? Thank you.